Allenville.
Okay.
If you go in there, you see the brand of electricity, but it's not being distributed and transmitted. So based upon that, the EU, through the relevant authority of the regulatory body of the Liberia Electricity Corporation, they have agreed finally now to put in 42 million for Greenville and Buchanan City.
Okay.
So based upon that, in fact, they have announced the bill already for Buchanan City because Greenville, they had to build a structure for them to get the grid set up before they start doing district.
Unlike Buchanan.
Yeah, Buchanan is already set, ready to go.
Okay.
Because when I spoke about this on one of our local radio stations in Buchanan City, everyone say, oh, the president only won't give electricity because election coming. No. Buchanan was not in the period plan before. This government came to power with the advocacy of your lawmaker and the county leadership. Today they have included Buchanan City. So we should be grateful that the government talk about the economic viability of Buchanan and the environment to say, look, let us include Buchanan City in this process because they going to be economically viable for the growth and development of Liberia. Because if you build a special economic zone, if you drag the port, if you have the rail moving here and there, you have the continuous shipment to the inland port in Ganta City, where any ship dock at the port of Buchanan, you need to move those containers to Ganta, Nima County. That means you must have an affordable electricity.
Surely.
And I can say to people, what we need to do is not to shift blame. All we have to do is to work along with this government, work along with state actors to make sure that those social benefit that you need to get, it comes down to the people. So I can say to the people of Bassa, I know fully well with the consultation ongoing, with the bill being announced, interested companies and partners have been applying, we can say to you before the end of 2023, there will be electricity in Buchanan City so that those small businesses can grow, so that prices can come down, and people can begin to move here and there. Because we want to do Buchanan like a daybreak city.
Okay.
Where you can come anytime. Maybe you come to Buchanan like 2 a.m. You can still find a food to eat.
Like Ganta City.
Like Ganta City, We're going to be more like Ganta City.
You sure
Because we don't
of that?
have a seaport.
Okay.
You understand? The share of bullet that we all have to benefit from.
Okay.
But the fact that we have a seaport, you understand? Situated closer. People will prefer doing business with the port of Buchanan when it is dredged and will have affordable electricity than to come moreover to come in the APN terminal stress. You understand? So those are situations we try to put together to make sure that, look, the social services that's going to be provided to our people are going to go there. Like you see, the housing authority boss just left. She wrote my office that they need land to start constructing housing units for our people in Grand Bassa. They understand affordable housing units. So these are issues that we are working with our lawmakers. And mind you, the success story of Grand Bassa County is not because about somebody want to show a political game or political strength. It's about collaborative efforts that lead on to this process. And we hope that the Ministry of Finance, because we have sent a plan since June for our social development for 2022. Since we applied for this.
Now, I was just coming to, yes, I know you do. Let's talk about it, the 2022 special social development fund. 2022, it's already slipping away. Have you received anything, maybe some part payment or something of that nature or not?
No, we have not. We applied since June of this year. You know that when the fiscal period of the last fiscal period ends, you need to apply and accompany your application with your report.
Okay.
Based on what you receive and how you spend the people.
Yeah, how you spend it, yeah.
So there should be detailed report from voucher, checks, and how the spending went, all spending or receiving entity.
That will inform the Ministry of Finance to give a new one.
So we have done that. They have accepted it. In fact, they have done some of, let's say that 80% of the work. And we hope that the Ministry of Finance will see reason because we got like 2 months to the budget period to elapse.
Surely.
So when the budget period elapses, we don't want for government to owe us. ArcelorMittal have informed us as a country that they have already paid our social development fund. So we have informed the Ministry of Finance, Development and Planning, look, these are our spending budget. This is what we have allocated based on what is in the budget for us. We have gone to PPCC. They have approved of our procurement plan already because these are instruments you have to use to receive people's money.
Surely.
So with all of these things said, in fact, from here, the Cocoa Chairs already called me. You're going to be meeting with the acting Minister of Finance, which is Samira Wodokoli, because Minister Tua is now in country. He's on a international assignment. So we're going to meet with him today we need to get the people money to complete most of the projects.
How much are we talking about?
We're talking about 1.7 million US dollars.
Okay.
You understand? We
As a social development fund.
yes, we got 1.5 million coming from ArcelorMittal, and we get 200,000 coming from County Development Fund. So both of them go into the consolidated account, and they have to remit that to the county account through check, and then we deposit the check. Then we start going back to what the resolution say and how can we expand this money. So based upon that, there's an appeal to the Ministry of Finance who they don't forgetting about us. And I guess it is not just Grand Bassa County, because I chair the Superintendent Council. Pong County have not received there. Nima County have not received there. So we have done all of the application, all the formalities of the application. We have done that. So what we expect right now is the Ministry of Finance to prepare the check and send it to the various counties so they can disperse the money so that the people work can go on. Because this also going to accommodate the president re-election.
Sure.
So we need to be robust in these things so that the president can have a face out there to the people. So when the president have a good face through his ambassadors in the various counties, with social development fund becoming on time like how it been since 2018, we want to appreciate the government for that. Because I can say this to you from 2014, from the outbreak of Ebola virus, from 2014 to 2017, social development fund were never forthcoming to any county. I'm saying this to you for the record I saw. So since we took over, there have been tremendous pressure being placed on government with the computing priorities, government being remitting social development fund to the county. So we want to appreciate this government for that. At the same time, we want to acknowledge them. We must do so in time frame because our people in dire needs of clinics. Okay. For example, the county has embarked on the relocation of the new government hospital. We cannot do that without social development fund.
Surely.
Mind you, government is already in a partnership with ArcelorMittal so that they can be able to commit $1 million first to the new government hospital that will be like 150 bed hospital. Okay. You understand? Because the fact that the referral hospital we got in Grand Bassa County in Buchanan City, the government hospital, is incapacitated because they have obviously a usefulness. It was built almost like 80, 90 years ago, based on the population at the time.
So it was always gutted by fire.
Yes, in fact, we have had 3 or 4 fire incidents. We just try to manage that because the health needs of our people cannot be overemphasized, like how you see electricity cannot be overemphasized.
Okay.
And that is the reason why we will come to this forum. We want to inform people. This is not just your worry. I buy fuel every day to my house. The ordinary businessmen buy fuel every day. And that's the reason why you see the ordinary people are the ones suffering from the hard in process because the fact that the man is buying fuel every day for a generator or diesel, and then you sell a bottle of soft drink for $200, it affects the ordinary people. So because of that, we want to make sure that that component of the social agreement, which is who has to do with electricity and water, will all be affordable to our people, and we can say they with no fear and favor. By adding next year, Grand Bassa will be moving with letting up process that the president will come. Of course, he had helped us before through the county tour to post on solar street light in the streets. We appreciate that, but we're now going to.
Are those lights still in?
Oh yes,
okay.
Oh yes, yeah. We monitor them. In fact,
they have not been stolen.
Oh, there was some situation where some unscrupulous individual went in, but the security forces they have been robust in that. And then with the partnership with the Buchanan Port Authority and the ArcelorMittal, they've been letting us some community. Let me appreciate Siokin Siriko Basigia, the port director in Buchanan. He's been very cooperative in his social corporate responsibility to the county because it's a port of Buchanan. We do more benefit.
Okay.
You cannot have a port in Buchanan, we cannot benefit. No. Tell me this. We must benefit. Your social corporate responsibility must reach out to us. We need it because the port belong to us.
Surely.
We granted you the land. So if we are the grantor of the land we gave you, we must benefit equally what you raise. So the new port director have been doing well. I want to appreciate you on that, and he's been doing extremely well, reaching out to the dark communities, putting some street level with partnership with ArcelorMittal and other people he has in his conference of his duty.
Okay.
And I think they've been doing well, but I think we're going to make significant progress in that.
You're listening to the Super Morning Show right here on the OBC 99.9 and other frequencies across Liberia. Our guest here is Grand Bassa County Superintendent Janji Bakbe. He's our guest, and of course, we are here up to 10 o'clock this morning. Now, let me hear from you. So, on the issue of the Local Government Act implementation, basically, in relation to the formulation of the county council. Where are we now regarding that?
Well, we on course. You know that the president signed the local government act, and in early 2018, 2019, when he took over, it was passed before he took over, and the local government act calls for a lot of stuff, a lot of things in it. In fact, it's inculcated with the decentralization act,
Okay.
because in the local government act, when you formulate the county council, there should be staffing or salary given to them.
Okay.
The counties are incapacitated to continue with this process. Now that the Minister of Internal Affairs has informed us, because there was a case study where Bond County Civil Society Organization went to court. When they went to court, yes, they have to go back so they can be able to formulate the county council. So based upon the county council, it's into a lot of stuff. And sometimes when you're speaking on the local government, people feel you want to take their job. In the local government, there are a lot of stuff that is good for Liberia.
Okay.
Also, like what is in the Decentralization Act. In the Decentralization Act, you talk about revenue sharing, you talk about the company of what go to the county, how the county decide how to use it based on their county council sitting or the council, the county council. So on this issue, yes, the minister have informed all county directly that we should start working along with civil society organizations to make sure that the local government act is being implemented at a certain level so they can start being rolling out because government is preparing for that.
So have you started the implementation?
No, what happened is that when the issue came from Bond County where they went to court, we began to follow what the court would say.
Okay.
Now the court said it is a law. We must be able to
Implement the law.
implement the law. And to implement the law, there are other things entail. And that's the reason why sometimes when you speak about the local government act, people say, oh, the other person want to take my job. No. In the local government act, a chief priest, the chief traditional council of the county should be a paramount chief or a clergy. You understand? So it dragged down to the National Traditional Council, where in anyone that preside over that place, they will fall directly honor the Ministry of Internal Affairs, so that person should be a chief. So these things, it require thorough consultation, interaction with stake actors and non-stake actors. So we need to sit on the table to see how best, which one is suitable to implement now. Because the government has competing priorities. For example, you see the payroll is already like how it is. So if you bring in the county council, that will be spearheaded by people that are not in government already.
You'll be increasing the payroll.
You need to pay them, and we need to prepare for this thing and roll our sleeves for this. So like the minister said to us, we are directly prepared to implement the local government act based on what national governments say. And we're going to start having series of consultative meetings with county actors and stake actors and also civil society organizations. They've been ringing the bell, but they don't understand how it works. They too want it to happen. We too want it to happen.
Surely.
Because it takes the burden off the superintendents. And that's going to be just anywhere. So if you form the county council, there will be county administrator. And the county administrator will be able to act almost like the county superintendent. You will have the county inspector doing separate roles. So these things need to be critically looked at. Then when it's implemented, it will be suitable for the growth and development of the people.
Okay, 20 minutes to 10 o'clock. Mr. Su, where are we? Because I know during the last county meet, you were so, upbeat, and, you had to your team, trying to mobilize your citizens to ensure that you emerge, victorious. But that didn't happen at all. Are you preparing now for the next one?
Yes, we're preparing. We have started the district league already. The district league started yesterday.
Okay.
We need to do the district league to bring the 6 districts together. They will participate in a 7 days tournament where the coaches...
7 days?
Yeah, 7 days tournament where the coaches will scout players.
Okay.
And they blend them with other players that are not residing in the country to make sure that we make a good team. Like you said last year, yes, it was unfortunate for us. We fell hurt. But the league is everybody league. The same way Basel preparing, Bond County is preparing.
Surely.
Riverside is preparing.
San O'Connor is preparing.
The other day are preparing. So you went to the league with them. So based upon that, yes, we start adding preparation. And we are the host, the grand host. In Grand Basel County, comes December is where the president will do the grand kickoff.
Okay.
So Grand Basel County is preparing. And this could be our this year Christmas gift.
How extensive is the preparation that you are making?
Oh, to tell you the caucus, everybody energized. The senators, everybody energized. The citizens, everybody. In fact, I will send you pictorial evidence of what happened yesterday on the field. Citizens went on the field to cheer their district.
Okay.
It continues today up to the weekend. So we have started any preparation. We have formed the BSA already, the Basketball School Association. The coaches have been appointed. We have established the diaspora committee already. And the diaspora committee is working directly, raising some funding to support exactly what is in the budget. You know, at the county setting, there are a lot of things interplay like the national budget.
Okay.
They are computing priorities. Somebody wants school in a district. Somebody wants clinic in a district. Somebody wants something else in a district. So based upon that, and what is being received for the national government through the Ministry of Youth and Sport, it's a drop in the bucket. You gave out $12,000 or $15,000, but some countries spend close to $120,000 US at the county meet, lodging, transportation, feedings, staffing for players. And we're asking the national government to work along with the Ministry of Youth and Sport to increase that money, because the fact that you're getting more than 4 disciplines. 4 disciplines, you give me $15,000, you cannot do anything.
For your preparation.
For the preparation, it can't do anything. It can't do anything. In fact, when you are the host, there are other burdens you incur.
Okay.
You understand? So the Ministry of Youth and Sport, headed by Minister Wilson, they need to play with national government, because this is the biggest sporting event that brings people from different diverse political, geographical background, religious background together to converge at one place to cheer that team or that country to victory.
Surely.
So when we put in more time, even if we are ready to build a national team, you can build a national team for the county meet, because there are raw talents in the various counties
That you could tap on.
There are many players that play in the 70, in the 80, and the national team that came from the county meet.
Okay.
You understand? I can tell you this. Minister Zoga wasn't came from the county meet. Bocha, the rest of them, most of the guys. So if we invest in this and make it to be a pedo or a sunset to the NFL League, you will see talented, raw players that you're going to use to bring to the national team. In fact, you take them from honor 20, honor 15, and you roll them to the national league, because we played the game before. So those are things that we anticipate. So based upon that, Grand Bassa County started a grassroots football preparation
Okay.
to go in out of the district. In fact, every lawmaker was on the field yesterday. With the 2 senators, that's all. One is at ECOWAS and one went for a program in the US. But the rest of the lawmakers are supporting that district.
Okay.
Because,
Now, talking about the lawmakers, let me hear from you regarding your relationship, your working relationship with the Grand Bassa Legislative Caucus. What is it like between you and your people?
You see, in the caucus, there are leaders of the various districts from different political background, from different political ideology. Looking at me as an institutional person from the Coalition for Democratic Change, working with these people for over 5 years, I think the country is making tremendous efforts in restoring stability, the good working relationship, developmental agenda, and the rest of it. Because I'm telling you today, when we were in student leadership, there were many days in Bassa. You go to counties, there will be a lot of hoodoo ballo. But since we took over, we managed to subdue our own perspective of understanding leadership to work for the growth and development of our country. Today, I can rally the 2 senators and the rest of the 5 representatives, right? I support, and they're going to support the process. Today, you see, Grand Bassa County is stable. It is stable because we have a harmonious working relationship.
Okay.
The country is peaceful because we are working as a team.
And what is the secret behind that?
The secret is that you have to lower your ambition at a certain level. Don't feel because you are appointed by the president and you are the chief administrator of the country, that means you're more than those that are being elected.
Okay.
What you need to do, sometimes you close your eyes under the wrong, they do you. And so, look, for the growth of the country, let's move ahead.
Surely.
And today we have in succession caucus leadership. It was Honorable Goshua before. It was the acting chairman, Honorable Vincent Welle. Today is Honorable Hans Bachu, one of the oldest person in the caucus. But today we all flow together in the smooth implementation of our developmental drive. And I want to appreciate all of the caucus members for the time we have served together. This is important. And I think most of my superintendents are following this thing because they are the people representation. They have the power. The day the meeting with the president, sometimes you're not going to be there. So what you need to do to implement your own agenda, you need these people to come together. Synchronize the agenda for the common good of the people.
You can have a sour relationship with them.
No, you can't do it.
Okay.
Because now they're going to struggle with your leadership. And because you don't want this for them to struggle with your leadership, and they too don't want you to struggle with the developmental projects in that district, you need to come together to synchronize these things and look beyond. In looking beyond, it requires us, all of us, like what we do. So now you call Honorable Wade, what's up? How the day? Oh, Honorable Goshua, oh, Senator Lawrence. So now I go to Senator Lawrence, we'll have conversation on the forward march of Basel.
That's why the both of you are from
of course.
two political.
She ought to be vice running mate.
Okay.
And supporting the president re-election. But when it comes to Basel, Grand Basel County is the only political party we have. Also election. When election come, we want to go about the election. I didn't support Senator Lawrence in 2020. I supported Honorable Basil Ngafine. But today we are still sitting on the table to discuss Basel and the way forward for Basel. And to do these things, it requires you to look beyond yourself, to look even above your shoulder.
Surely.
To think about the people that you're working for. Because if I'm not working well, the president will be embarrassed. So I need to create these
that harmonious relationship.
Okay, accommodate development.
Before we open the lines quickly, just for a few minutes, let's look into your personal closet as it relates to your development.
Yeah. You see, I hear from District Number 2, Grand Basel County, one of the remotest part in Grand Basel. I hear from Giban, there's a town they call Bogley, and I hear from the family they call the Backwest family, but the Backwest family originated from the Mayoga family, and the Mayoga family began to establish on, so they begin to make big family.
Okay.
And my dream is to see what I came from develop, regardless of which position I occupy. I remember in 2010 when I decided to venture in the electoral process, but I lost the primary, and I stayed back. In 2017, I ran. I lost to Honorable Mary Cow. She's one of our kingswomen from Grand Basel County, and we all stay in the affairs of the county. So when I was running, I made some promises to the people, and I told them whether you vote me or not, I will still come back to you. And there's an old man who asked me, and they call him Flamundo Buga, but he passed. May his soul rest in peace. He said, he would not vote for you. Why will you come back? I said, I will come back because this is the only place I have to call my home. I don't get nowhere else. I can stay in Buchanan, I can stay in Monrovia. But I need to go back home where I originated from, where my forefather came from. And because of that, we have. I promised them ambulance, I provided 2 ambulances. I promised the marketeers to work out and I provided them the market building. In fact, I provided them.
Built a market structure.
Oh, yeah, I built a market structure that we just dedicated.
A small structure or a very huge one?
It's a sizable structure that can accommodate those that are sitting there.
Okay.
You understand? I built a motorcycle terminal on the compound 2. I built a Palawa hut in Senya. You understand? In fact, if not 80%, but 60 to 70% of the towns and villages in District Number 2, they are elected by my solar energy power.
Okay.
You understand? This is a president that gave me an opportunity to serve in a government, not that I'm qualified than all Basel citizens. So giving me an opportunity was a platform given me to serve my people, to help them. So the little salary that I made after harmonization,